More power.
You underestimate my power.
All right. And to present our power rankings for today, we have Mr. John Falkowski, who's going to start reading them off.
All right. So for mine, I went Boston Bruins #1. Yeah. What is there really to say about this team that hasn't been said already? They continue to just roll along their wagon. They're going to win the President's Trophy. There's not really anybody that's going to give them a fight, maybe except Carolina with an outside shot. But that's really about it right now. But they just keep firing on all cylinders. This team, funny enough, on paper, they're not like incredible looking, but they play well and they're very well coached. And Linus Ullmark is just having a year like Igor had last year, but he's actually having an even better one, funny enough. So moving on to #2, I put the New York Rangers at #2. They'd won 7 games in a row, and they were coming back in some of these games, just showing a lot of resilience. That whole no-quit New York mantra was there. They were playing very well. They had points in 8 games in a row until they lost to Winnipeg the other night. It's probably their worst loss in a while. Winnipeg just kind of outclassed them in terms of defense. I mean, Hellebuck was great in that game, but they were trying to force cross-seam passes. Winnipeg was not letting anything go through. They needed to take more shots on the point. Gerard Gallant's got to be better at making in-game adjustments because he just doesn't seem to know how to do that. Moving on from the Rangers at #3, I have the Carolina Hurricanes. I think they were, I think right behind the Rangers and the Bruins. They were kind of rolling along quietly. Not a lot of people are talking about them right now. They're still a dangerous team, and I think they might make a move. I wouldn't be surprised if they got Timo Meier, and that would be a scary acquisition for that team, even with the losses of players like Max Pacioretty and so on. But yeah, they don't have a lot of holes except for in net. Their defense is pretty good. Their forwards play a very quick, in-your-face, up-tempo type of game. It's hard to play against. Their defensemen are almost always pinching, so it makes zone exits nearly impossible. And they're just a real tough team to play against. We saw that come playoff time last year. They found a way to break Brindamore's system. Rangers might have to do that again because they might have to end up playing them again. So, #4, I have the Tampa Bay Lightning. You know what? They've been playing some real good hockey as of late. They're coming on. It seems like they're just in that 2000 Yankees mold where they're kind of just getting through the season and they're just waiting to make their move at the trade deadline, and then they're going to make that move, and then they're going to just pop up and be right back in the cup threat scene. Not that they aren't a cup threat right now, but one real good move on defense and maybe another depth forward could really just put them right back into the thick of things. And you could be looking at them as, maybe going to their 4th Stanley Cup final in a row for all we know. No, not that anybody outside of Tampa Bay wants to see that, but they seem like they're primed to be in that position. And then #5, I put the Toronto Maple Leafs. They're playing a hell of a lot better lately. This team just keeps going along in terms of regular season play. We know that the issue is the playoffs, so that's going to be the real thing. Can they finally win a playoff round? But you went and you added 2 depth pieces, and I shouldn't say it, a big star player and a depth piece. And Ryan O'Reilly comes in and scores a hat trick. I mean, he looks way better than he's looked all year in St. Louis. I mean, and then you add Noel Acciari as a good bottom 6 forward on top of that. I mean, Toronto got the types of players that they needed. They needed more, good two-way, 200 feet players. They got 2 of them in this deal, and it's going to make them a hell of a lot tougher to play against come playoff time. I think they still need a defenseman, but those moves will go a long way. So,
well, looking at the rest of our top, sorry, for some reason it was on the wrong screen right there. our top 5. You know, Anthony and I, we tend to agree with a lot of these, but I had the New Jersey Devils at number 3. I put Carolina 2. I have the Rangers getting in there at 5. Maple Leafs, like you said, Phil, gotta love the way the Maple Leafs on there. I mean, I know mine's very Eastern Conference heavy. You look at yours and Anthony, basically same thing. Maple Leafs and Devils are flip-flopped. Anthony, what has impressed you about some of the teams you have in your top 5?
Muted.
Oh, I got him. And I just
muted him again.
Okay.
Let him do it.
Yeah, we're good. I had Boston, Toronto at 1 and 2. They're the best 2 teams in the league. They're in a class of their own, so I felt it was easy to keep it that way at 1 and 2. The rest of the 3, I could have really flip-flopped in any type of order, to be truthful with you. I had the Rangers at 5 like you, Mark. My reasoning for that was just they've been winning games, but again, they've been scoring a lot of goals, but they've also been letting up a lot. They need to clean that up in their defense. So I thought it was appropriate to have them at 5. I don't know if you had them at 5 for the same reasons, Mark, but regardless, though, they're definitely a top 5 team for me right now. And I think, we all were in agreement essentially what the top 5 teams were. A few variances there, but I just think Boston and Carolina are just so good. For me, it'd be hard pressed to see anyone to try to say those 2 teams aren't the best 2 teams in the league right now. They're just seems like they're machines, to be honest with you. So we'll see what happens come playoff time, because that's the most important when it matters, playoff hockey. But I would be surprised if either of them had early exits. But for me, they're the top 2 teams in the league by football.
If you look at since the last time we did this, which I believe was July 11th, Boston is 9-3-1. I wasn't going to knock them out of the top overall spot for that. 3.38 goals against and 1.85. Sorry, that was goals for per game. 1.85 goals against per game. Carolina was 11-1. 4.25 and 2.33 were their numbers. Colorado nearly got in there for me because Colorado's been playing exceptional, and I couldn't put the Rangers in over the New Jersey Devils. We're going to look back at that Devils comeback against the Rangers in the beginning of January, and that's going to be what turned around the Devils season, because they popped those 2 goals in the third period, then Severson wins it in overtime. They have not relinquished second place since then. So, and the Rangers had a chance at second place. Now,
and they don't have Jack Hughes either right now. And they're
no, I thought he just came back too.
He just came back.
Yeah,
he did.
Yeah, he came back.
He went from week to week, and it was only about 2 weeks. So
I don't even think it was 2 weeks.
Yeah, so right there, Anthony, that's an encouragement for you, for Matt Barzell. Hopefully you'll have the same situation.
Yeah, but Jack Hughes' upper body, Matt Barzell, I didn't see it, but I heard it was a knee-to-knee hit from Craig Smith.
Yeah, I still didn't see it either.
Yeah, I still haven't seen it because work Saturday was just killing me. So that is our power rankings. What do you guys think about them? Who would you put in? Who would you take out? Throw it all down in the comments below. Maple Leafs fans, I know you argued with me over the our power rankings last month, but you know what? You're in now for me. So there you go. I think all of us threw you in there. Please like and subscribe to our channel. We have a lot of great hockey content and an entertaining interactive podcast. So check us out and our library of videos.
Your ideas are intriguing to me, and I wish to subscribe to your newsletter.